Hello. It looks like we are now live. I will wait for a sound check from the audience to make sure that that is actually the case, that we are live. I had to do some things, adult things before I did anything else this morning, which took me away from my usual set Saturday routine. It also didn't help that I kind of slept in. I wasn't working per se, but my dad called me up and said there's a lot of work to be done at Grandpa's house. And what's up, Tyler Norwood? How do I sound? There was a lot of work to be done at Grandpa's house, and I didn't think I'd get back in time to set up the stream. Usually, I have the thumbnail, everything set up by 10:30 Mountain Time, and that's usually how I do things. Everything just gets set up right about then, and then just not today. I got up to my grandpa's at about 8:45, and I literally worked until I want to say. I think I got in here at 11:45. I got in here at 11:45. So, and this is adult things that need to be done. This is stuff that you need to do for your dad or your parents and everything, So, what I mowed the lawn, weeded out a couple of flower beds. My dad went up there, dealt with my grandma's rose garden, and then we did some trimming. Just stuff that needs to be done. My grandpa's got a pretty big lot where he lives, and used to do a lot of things. That was back when people had what do you call it? Freedom gardens. I mean, where we live, there's an irrigation canal that actually goes all over. You go to older parts of town where some of the older houses are, you actually have things like irrigation gutters. So you go over to the canal, you open up, what's up, Hungar? You go over to the canal, you can actually open up the dike and irrigate your freedom garden. And that's how the central planning was originally set up for the neighborhood, So you could draw water off of the canal system that cut through, because after that canal dumps into the Jordan River, which dumps into the lake. So, and of course all that, and there's a few miles of river sunk below where what do you call it, where I live, So that aside, there's just things to be doing. I went and got a digging bar because I got to go over to my mom's. I got to repair a gate later. I got to dig up one of the old rotten posts and repair the right side of the gate, so the gate will have a new post and you can latch the gate. So, got to do all kinds of things. What's up, DM James? Okay, so I want to do a stream with you, DM James, if you're in the chat and you can hear me. I would like to do that, and I'd like to set it up on StreamYard. All right, so do you send me a link inside of StreamYard broadcast, or do I start streaming on StreamYards and then share the link in the chat? How does that work? We'll go from there. And yes, that's a very attractive Asian woman. Yes, that's Aka Atsuka. I don't care. That's just you guys got to have something to look at in case I'm having a bad hair day, which is again, whenever I go to work, I always slick my hair back, put the gel in, put the hairspray on, because I like my hair out of my face. I'm not sporting the mullet today. I got home from boxing yesterday, and I slept all the way till 7. Usually I'm up at 6, and I laid in bed till 7:30. Because I don't want to move until the coffee's made. I hit the brew button. Now I have to get a new coffee pot, because that thing, it'll take like an hour to brew. It won't stop making the brew noise for an hour. So I think I want to switch to the Keurig. The only problem with the Keurig is those Keurig pods, like the Dunkin' Donuts pods, it's like $9 for 10. It's $9 a 10, whereas like I spend $9.99 or $8.99. Sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll find a pound of coffee for $7.99. I get a thing of Folgers, or I drink, what is it? Coffee House? I don't know. Maxwell House. I drink Maxwell House coffee. That's what I wake up in the morning with Maxwell House. Or on Sunday, I have some fancy King's Hawaiian coffee that I'll put in. I'll do a designer brand. A pound of King's Hawaiian. What is that on eBay? Hold on. Let me see something. I got to do a little research here. Oh. Yeah, I know this coffee isn't cheap. Oh, Lion Coffee. Okay, yeah. You I think you get, yeah, a half pound. That's, I've never seen it for that. I should buy that. That's, oh, never mind. It's just as expensive to ship. Yeah, that's 12.99. I should buy it, but you know, I mean, that's, you're getting 20, you're getting half a pound of coffee. I think it's a little less than half a pound of coffee for that, but it's good. It's good. Half a pound of coffee for 24 bucks. God damn. You know, so I don't know how I got onto that tangent. I just know my duties as a son took me somewhere else to get. Okay, so okay, the second way is how I do it. I drink. Oh well, you're in Florida. I wonder what it's like to get a little bit of Cuban coffee. I heard that they got those little cups for a reason. You drink a normal cup of that stuff, you'll be able to swim the channel. That's what I've been told. At the James Gang. So is that the link that I got to look for on what do you call it? What's up, JK? Is that the link that I got to look for on the StreamYards program? Oh, I know you're in Tennessee. Yeah, you should you should try to find a guy on Facebook by the name of Randy Atchley. He's a big fantasy player. I'd like very much for you, the two of you guys, to meet him. Another old schooler, likes to play games. He lives in he lives in Knoxville, Knox County. Big fantasy guy. Nice guy, nicest guy. Had me out there for the hog hunt. That's Randy the Axeman. I even forgot to do promotional considerations real fast. I will do that at the end. This is going to be a shorter stream because I still have to make all my food for the weekend and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, there's that. You know, so I was on eBay last night, and I better turn on the screen capture for this here, actually. We'll shut this down for just a second. All right. Hide that, and then let's do screen capture. Because I thought this was very telling. I thought this was very telling when I was on eBay the other day. You know, I like to shop, window shop. Orc Army's painted. Oh, let's minimize Akka. And I can't believe how many fool armies are for sale. Orcs aren't that bad, you pussies. But look at this. I can't believe this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 orc armies. Gosh, I should bid on this one. He's got a squigoth. He's got a couple of squigoths in it and everything. But damn, that's just 8 right out the door. People are selling their orc armies. What does that say? Are orcs bad? Or are people just getting out from underneath them? I think this one's been on here for a while, but I couldn't believe that, you know. I do like this one. This is a good take on the orcs. I thought I'd share this, you know. This guy's got an eye for the paint, for doing something different, you know. I don't like the purple skin. I don't like the purple skin. That's me. But it's different, and I like it, you know. I'm not going to buy it or anything, but, you know, I mean, if your standards aren't ridiculous, you know, you can get all these goodies here. I think it's fun to window shop from time to time. A little bit of that, you know. Let's see if, oh, wait a minute, hold on now. It's in the UK. Buddy, I don't, okay, buddy, I think you're asking a little bit too much for, let's see what's in this. Little bit too much. 20 boys, 20B snag. Oh, 20B Snagga boys, 20B Snagga boys, 11 Gretchen, 11 Gretchen, Boom Deck, a Snaz Wagon, Megatrax Scrap Jet, Wazbomb, Gorkanaut, Big Boss Bunkai. I think his price is a little unreasonable, but I think you might have it up there because you get. It's one of those armies where you got to make a reasonable offer. It's a UK seller. Shipping, yeah, that'll be about $80. Oh, $107 to ship to the US. God damn. God damn, that's expensive. We're all gonna be butthurt over shipping. See if any. Oh yeah, I hate that. It opens up a new tab now. Let's get a look at this, and then we'll paint for a little bit. This will be a quicker stream. Let's see here. An amalgamation. People got a lot of amalgamations of things. They don't really follow it. You know, one thing I hate is when people don't follow a uniformed pattern. But gosh, the bidding on this alone, this would be actually worth it because he's got all these squigoths. That's a lot of Forge World resin. That gargantuan squigoth, and then $56 to ship. Ooh, God, that's tempting. Yeah, and then I want to look at this one. Yeah, let's look at this one. Yeah, a lot of people selling orcs. I guess orcs aren't winning the games. I'm doing okay. Oh yeah, little side note: there'll be a brand new battle report up again on Rumble. There's a third, and the fourth is going to be available this weekend on Patreon. So the third is on Patreon. The second one is on Patreon. The second one is becoming available on Rumble. And then once I get the fourth one uploaded and another week or two has passed, the very first battle in the Crusade will be coming over to YouTube. So if you want to follow me on the Crusade and you always want the latest video, the best way to do that is support me on Rumble. And the link is in the description below. See what he's got here. He's got a lot of good stuff. Got some Boyz. Commandos. Everybody likes commandos. It's a good starter. Good starter, I guess. Orcs is one of those armies that you really have to commit to. It's a lot easier to buy. I should buy this right here. And just give a big old double middle finger to my buddy Bubbles on that one. Oh, look, I got salamanders now. I wonder what this guy's rocking. Better be. Oh, there are a lot of models in this. A lot of stuff. He's got a lot of goodies. Wow. A lot of goodies. Oh my God! Now I understand the price tag. Those Centurion models don't come cheap. Centurions don't come cheap. That's a lot of Centurions. Oh my goodness! A lot of aggressors. None of that stuff's cheap. Yeah, this carries a heavy price tag. It's all painted and it looks nice. That's a good thing there. I don't know why anyone would part with that. You know, this is some advice for new people, for people who want to get into 40K. This army's very economical. If you want to get into 40K and you're one of the Funko Pop crowders that can't build or paint anything, and then you realize it's work, and you're sitting there with like $800 burning a hole in your pocket, I'd say the best thing to do is be the first person to bid on this. Just put a bid on it, and then just pay out $800, then just pay this off. If you really want to. Oh, this guy's in Florida. If you really want to pay this, if you really want my advice, if I had to start at zero again in the hobby and I wanted to play 40K. This is probably what I would do. I'd go this route because I'm damn sure running out of daylight and getting long in the tooth. Let's see. Anything else strike my eye? Anything else look cool? No, not really. Wonder if there's any dark elves being sold. What do we got? Oh, this thing's been up here for a while. This isn't a bad one. I've seen that one before. You just gotta be patient. Eventually someone somewhere will want what you have. But you also have to be reasonable. Shipping from Poland, of course. God, this thing is ugly. What the hell? Poland. What the hell were they thinking with that hair? Like, what the hell is this? I could just hear Arlie Emery. What is that? What is that? It's a jelly donut, sir. Do we allow jelly donuts in the barracks, Private Pile? Ugh. Oh, we found one. We got one, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you see, I live in Knightsbridge, and I have this old, cold one right... I have a gorilla lizard. Look at this gorilla lizard that this elf rides around. I need £25 for it. Can't take... $19.75 for it. Can't take any less. I'm paying rent in Knightsbridge, everyone. Jesus Christ, this guy's delusional. Who, I mean, there might be someone out there who likes this kind of model. I don't know. I think it's atrocious. I would, if this thing were on fire, I would just let it burn. I wouldn't even spit on it. It's just like nothing of value was lost. I mean, this thing's so freaking old. This must be 80s. Like, what is that? It's a quadrupeded velociraptor, sculpted by the Perrys, no less. In their earlier fashion before they learned what they were doing. Now here's a good one right here. If you got a little creativity, you could take these guys and you could probably put them on a, what do you call it? Some of the new Lizard Man models and make some pretty cool Dark Elf riders. Anyway, that's enough of that crap. We'll turn off display capture. We'll get into chat here. Boom. Looks like that's going to work. We'll get rid of Aka, and we'll do a little bit of work here. All right, let's see here. Catch up on chat. LOJK. 30 miles away from... Yeah, I would... Ooh, gosh. I would literally try to drop them a line somehow. I'll see if I could put you guys in contact with one another. You guys get some games in. They play a lot of Kings of War over there. I copy the invite link and I send it to you. Okay. All right. I can figure that out. How am I liking 10th edition? I'm going to say 9th was way better. I've already stated before in some of my Holy Diver corners when I'm doing the battle reports, some of my gripes and complaints. Again, there's ways. What's up, Samuel? There's ways to break the game for certain factions, like Gene Stealer cults especially, or what's another one? My friend is he's found a new way to play his chaos and everything. It's there's a lot of guys out there who have guaranteed mortal wounds, and it's like all I think that they had to do to make a better game was keep the 9th edition system in play and get rid of mortal wounds and maybe make a few other tweaks. Now they've kind of dumbed it down to the Funko Pop crowd, and I really give it a 2 out of 5. I give 10th edition a 2 out of 5 as my official review number there. We'll see. There's supposed to be an update coming at the end of this month or maybe the beginning of September where they fixed all the bugs, but they literally did just make a bunch of garbage indexes, dump everything on the players, and then said, here, fix our game. And, to me, that coming from Games Workshop, that denotes a couple of things. That denotes, one, they're lazy. They're so fucking lazy they don't give a shit. Two, they're too far up their own asses. Too far up their own collective asses to hire decent playtesters and decent writers. And, I mean, first and foremost, what they should do is if there are leaks in the playtester team, which has happened before, you fire those people. You fire them and then maybe you sue them because they probably signed an NDA. You fire them and you sue them. How hard is that? All right? So if I mean, and this is the problem. Like, I'm not saying that I'm qualified to work at Games Workshop, but if they were to put me on a team or something like that for writing the new fantasy rules or something, I think I could actually come in handy with some of my experience. But there are people who are way better than I am at doing that. One of them would be Mountain Miniatures. I think it's Mike or Matt or whatever his name is. He's played. You know how many editions? He's played every single edition of Fantasy habitually for like the last 15 years. He's done 6th edition, 7th edition, 8th edition, and they've repeated through those 3 editions. Because I was watching some what do you call it? I watched a 4th edition battle report, a 5th edition battle report. It looks like Warhammer, it tastes like Warhammer, but it's not really Warhammer, per se. And that's just what I take out of it, So 10th is, I mean, they could have held it back. I really think they could have held it back, and it just wasn't ready at launch, and then they dumped it on there, and then people immediately broke the game, and then they go to making FAQs. And if that's how you're going to write your game, and you're the biggest miniature game company out there, that's just like flipping off everyone who plays your games. And one of the things that I mentioned in the next Holy Divers show is that most gamers are really fucking dumb. You're going to sit there and tell me that white trash can enact a boycott that literally tanks the share price of Anheuser-Busch. They tanked the share price from $69 down to $55. And it's damn near a junk bond company. And I don't see any course for their stock for their company to recover some of that lost share price for a very long time. And they won't boycott them. There was no boycott during 2015 when they decided to end fantasy. They'll just keep eating the whole ass as Games Workshop sprays brown water and nuggets into their faces going, "Oh, you like that? You like that? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you keep liking that, One thing it does denote is that there is going to be a separation. There's going to be their Funko Pop games, for the Magic the Gathering crowd or something like that. The people who want to play Combat Patrol and spend $300 one time. Yeah, okay, there's that. Okay, congratulations. And then there's going to be their boutique games. Boutique games being $30K, Warhammer Fantasy, and then, what do you call it? Necromunda, maybe Epic, I don't know. But just not hiring outside of Britain to get competent people to work on the game. It shows that they're a British company through and through. Fuck the Commonwealth, fuck everybody else kind of attitude that they've always had. Except for I think that they actually cared how the game played in the 90s. Sure, some armies were overpowered, but, a lot of these people were too stupid to figure out the movement phase in fantasy back in the day. So I think 10th edition still has a long ways to go before it's, we'll see when they start writing books. I think the one thing they should not go back to doing is writing books. End of story. Do not write books. I don't care if this is how they make their money. They're not going to give up their money. No. You can make it, you can keep the indexes free, and that'll be a way easier process to go online and put up a new PDF of whatever it is you're going to do, It'll be way easier to make one of these than publish a book. So they need to give that up. And if they want to, and again, if they want to publish books, those idiots over there are going to have to hire more people, and that's the plain simple short of it. I think that Games Workshop over there in Tennessee, they have a base in Tennessee that they do distribution, and they're actually casting and making models out of Tennessee. they should have a writing team there working on books. You know, the fact that they don't just tells me that they're a bunch of lazy shits who are never going to get up off their ass and treat the game right. You know, again, like your average gamer, they'll suck that cock. They'll take it in the ass every single time from the company. But you know, if you piss off white trash one time, they have no trouble tanking your share price. You know what we should do is short their stock. There you go. If you're a shareholder, start shorting Games Workshop stock when they piss you off. I mean, that's one thing people could do is just go and start shorting their stock. When like Target, you know, they're not going to recover either. Historical Doppelganger, what's up? Hello, Samuel. Ultimate Warrior, haven't long time no talking. What is up, Nice Games? 1987 40K miniatures in storage. Yeah, you were talking about that on your stream there that I sat down and watched. Yeah, I was running a little long in the tooth last Saturday, but let's get into this. I got the camera running. I've already lost a bar of power. A bar of power. We've been talking for 26 minutes here. Let's see. Let's get the two special guys. There's two guys who are different, and we'll focus on them. Everybody else can go away. That needs to go back upstairs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the knob and the guy with the thump gun. I like saying thump. He's got one of those old style 40 millimeter grenade launchers. I like that. That's a pretty cool orc weapon. So you know what we'll do here. I've already done some basic colors. This is a different unit, so they're going to have brown pants instead of Air Force pants. We'll start with metal. We'll start with metal. Get a lot of metal out, and then we're going to break in this brush a little bit more. All right, I think we're coming in. All right, let's begin. If I'm lucky, I can get 5 of these guys done tonight and just be done with it. That would be a lot funner. And you wanna oh yep, there it is right there. I'm too close. I've got my fat hand in front of it. I was just thinking about how I was gonna frame up the shot today. I think I'm a little too wide. Back it off just a touch there. Yeah. There we go. There we go. You know, people do so much Warhammer business on eBay these days. I really think that, I mean, they've set up a lot of stuff for that, but I really think they ought to have a different, like, subsidiary site where all the British garbage goes on there and it's not cluttering up the search anymore. Of course. This little thing is broken here. That's great. Oh, well. Got to deal with these angles first on this guy. All right. God, I'm exhausted. My dad, the Taskmaster, dug up a couple oak shoots You want some exercise? Go dig up some oak shoots. That's yeah. You know, anything that's oak, and if you know, it's just they are a bitch to dig up, and you have to dig them up. If you don't dig them up, they send up more shoots. Hmm. Again, we're at the point where we're doing the metals, and it's just going to kind of get everywhere, but that's okay. We'll go through and we'll highlight the skin after the metals and everything. You want to get to the point where where you've done all the work from the inside and everything. I have to set a work timer on this one. I apologize. I at least I made it on time somewhat. I will be absolutely 100% slammed once I leave. I'll take my nap and I'll do my food prep, and then maybe I'll sneak in a. No, oh my god, I actually have to. I think I might have to babysit tonight. I don't know. Well, I won't be babysitting. I'll just be on. I'm gonna go up to my sister's, get some free pizza, and then like you kids behave and then go home. My nieces and nephews, they have a Nintendo Switch. Uh-oh. They have a Nintendo Switch, and I wouldn't mind playing a little bit of The Legend of Zelda. I was watching that old cartoon. That was the cartoon this morning while I was waiting for coffee to appear. Was The Legend of Zelda 1989. You must help me, Link. Excuse me, princess. That's how I learned how to talk to girls. I wrote down everything Link ever said said to Zelda in that, and it was just the culmination being whenever he screwed up, excuse me, princess. You know, the thing I like about that show is that, okay, Zelda is kind of a boss girl, but she still wants to be wooed and won over by Link. She's not a complete and total ice queen bitch. She's not like, oh, I'm strong and independent. She'll help Link when the chips are down. She's like a booster. Heaven forbid you have a female character like that who kind of wants to get swept off of her feet by a hero. Whatever happened to the damsel in distress? You know, I mean, it's refreshing. It was she kind of like wants him to, you know, to try, you know, and I don't know. I don't know. It's fucking. I hear all that bullshit they're talking on Snow White already. Just the best thing that you can do if you're a parent, is just ignore Disney. Don't watch Disney anymore. You know? Or go home and short their stock. You know, their stock ain't doing too well right now. Disney, I don't even think they're back in the $90 club. All right? They're not even back in the $90 club. Just pay it the indifference it deserves. Pay it the indifference it deserves. But you know, it's nice to see a damsel in distress. It really is. I like that. You must help me, Link. Oh my god. Moblins, whatever will I do? Oh ho hum. looks like there might just be enough for the thump gunner. Excuse me, princess. I used to use that on my mom on my sister all the time. Actually, any woman when they get uppity with me, I bust that one out and they're speechless. You know. Excuse me, princess. That's what you guys who are married in the chat, you know, when you have a disagreement, when you have over something stupid, just bust out an excuse me, princess. Little secret pro tip. If whenever I have trouble sleeping, I always when I can't sleep, and it's like I know I'm gonna have a big day, and I know I need to go to bed early. If it's about 8 o'clock at night, I notice that if I turn on Scooby Doo, I immediately fall asleep. I already know who Miner 49er is. It doesn't matter, but you just go to sleep, and you know and. I don't know what it is with that. If I really have trouble sleeping, you know, rather than resort to the bottle, I can always turn on an episode of Scooby Doo. Where are you? And that'll just out like a light after that. It was the Miner 49er. But I gotta, you know, I gotta do something rather than watch Instagram reels, and you know, just waiting for that first initial cup is, you know, I have to do something to numb my senses on that. All right, nice and metally. All right, cool. You, sir. Let's get up with chat here. 40K figures have scaled up to a full 32 millimeter. You know, some of the guardsmen, it's iffy. I'd say they're more of a 25 heroic. I think the newer ones, the brand new ones, the Fall Acadia ones, they're 32 millimeter. Gretchen are the only 25 millimeter heroic left, I think. Oh, no, I would say some of the Gene Stealer stuff is pretty tiny. A lot of the Eldar are still pretty much the same size. You know, it varies on race and everything. What's up, Command Bunker? How are you doing? But yeah, just I really can't wait for a good release. But that there is I have written somewhat of some of the new show. I will have you guys know that I've spent about 4.5, maybe 3.5 or 4 hours writing a show. So there should be something coming out on there. Due to the time sensitivity, I will not be releasing it on Patreon. It'll just go straight to YouTube and straight to Rumble. The new show will, and I apologize to the patrons on that one, simply because you guys are supposed to get the show a week early. Just because I want to get this one out, and I think the information on it is a little time sensitive. And then I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to be like in September. I am going to probably take a lot of hours in September very quickly to write all of the Halloween shows so that I can get those out immediately for the month of October, and that I'm not writing them week to week. I already know I've already selected the movies. I think I've got a good I've selected 4 movies for the month of for the month of October, and I think I want to get all of them out all at once, and then go about my normal business, because I do have to keep up on this crusade. You must help me, Link. For you, Zelda, anything. I make it rain, bitch. I want to just, you know, and he's like, I saved you again, princess. Kiss me. She's like, well, okay. And she was like, oh, and 90% of the time she's like, well, okay. You stud muffin. It was the 80s. Times were better back then. Nothing had to make sense. All right, you wearing anything in there? Yeah, you are. All right, I gotta collapse off screen for a second here and bring this up. He's got a big old central buckle right there that you can just see the bottom of, and that you can just see the top of. For once, I actually got out the right amount of paint. Let's see here. What color do I want to do that? I think I'll do that up in red. Nah, we'll just do it in metal. Bleep it. Bleep it. I don't have that kind of time. Boom. All right, and there's enough metal in there that I don't feel like I care about whether or not I waste it or something. Honestly, with the way people are 3D printing, I don't think it matters anymore. There are some better guardsman models out there that have been 3D printed. I would just go and get those. Yeah. I would literally just go and get those 3D printed guardsmen because it depends. I mean, it literally depends on where you play or what you're playing. You know, I mean, if you're gonna go game in a turn, you know, when you get that bullshit like dipshit over there at the store at store dickhead will say, well, you won't be able to use it in official Games Workshop tournaments. Phew! Ugh. Let's go for number 3. Somebody out there's talking. If we get a third sneeze in a row, somebody out there's talking shit. And I'm going to find out who it is. All right. No? Okay, we're not going for 3 in a row. Nobody's talking shit. All right. I would go for the 3D printed ones, and it's like, oh, you won't be able to use that in the official Games Workshop tournament. Who cares? LVO is, they might be sanctioned by Games Workshop, but they allow any models. Oh, here it comes. I think there's going to be a third one. Someone is talking shit out there about me. It might be someone in the UK. It might be some bitter, dateless troll that lives in the UK named Nigel. Says, Holy Diver's a racist, sexist, bigot, and we don't like him. Well, yeah, we're going to get together. And he's got his, friend in the corner with the gimp suit on. And they're just sitting there talking shit. I don't know. Thank you. Badass Rapture. Anyway, so this is where I'm going to deviate on the other squad. The other squad got the corn red for their scales and stuff. I'm going to put the red away. And I'm going to use magic blue on the scales. Does he have any scales? He's got a little bit of scales. And then I have an old pot. There it is. On this guy's fur, we're just going to use good old Codex Gray. If I can get it open. Look at that. Look at how beat up and mangled this is. I like these pots still. I'll still use them. Oh, look at that. I can just take all this wasted paint right here and throw it away. I don't have to fish it out with a razor and risk cutting my thumbs like on one of... These were actually good pots. I mean, look at the design right there. I could just reach right in and ream that out. You know, but you look at these things, they're pieces of shit, man. These pots are pieces of shit. And I got gray all over me, of course, but that's okay. I'm going to hurry through this step here. Gosh, I don't want to work. I just want to beat on my drums all day, aka sit here for 11 hours and just paint these orcs. These are the last orc boys that I'm gonna have to paint for a little while. I think I'll leave you guys with some tips on building an orc army for 40k today, because I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. We'll just make this whole thing gray. Uh-oh, there's a hair. Yeah, you get outside, you do a little bit of gardening work, mow a lawn. I have not mowed a lawn for a very long time. That was kind of a wake-up call. But once you do it, I mean, if you've done it once, you never forget how. Everybody's got a little bit of allergens. All right. Oh, we're not quite done with the metal. Might be a little bit left. This guy's got a cyborg head. Yep, got just enough to finish his cyborg head. Plenty of time to get through some of these steps. Oh, God. I don't think I'll need that much. Again, that's Magic Blue 72.021. I like this color. One of the best blues on the market. If you want something blue, you just get Magic Blue. Hell yeah, nice and neat. This old homeboy here. one good thing that I have noticed about 10th is I've won more games in this edition very early on, more so than I have in ninth edition. Ninth edition was like, if you bring a bigger hammer, you're going to win. Whereas, like, I've gotten onto the objectives. I was not tabled off of those objectives, and I've won the game because of that. So I think the way that they're going to kind of balance it this edition is going to be with what has OC, objective control points. And I think if they were to give Commandos OC2, that might solve a few problems, or just give the knobs themselves devastating wounds 5 plus. That way you absolutely are afraid of 11% of the orc army, so it's like, oh, I have mega knobs in this army, and it's like, oh shit, they got devastating wounds 5 plus, so when I wound you with my power claws, you're taking a full 2 wounds regardless of damage modifiers or anything like that. All you get is a feel no pain. So I'm just chewing through that. Because the devastating wounds 5 plus on a 5 plus, I do a mortal, and then I look at my damage characteristic. If I'm damage 3, you're taking three mortals. Again, I didn't make that system, but I thought ninth was really strong. You're going to be working on those Skaven forever, Mr. Doppelganger. There we go. All right. We got any metal left? We don't have any metal left. Let's take one of these guys here. Use up a little bit of this blue. Some of these guys got really big leather. Like this one. This will just... All right, that's all she wrote with the color blue. We're going to go back to metallics for a hot second here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bust out the red real quick. I'm going to do this this banner here. All right. People paint their dice towers. Everybody enjoys a good Crom-like model. I just went through what I thought of 10th, Harrison, so you'll have to go back and rewatch the video. Don't forget to leave a like when you do that. It's a 2 out of 10 system. It's ninth was really strong as far as like mechanics and everything working the way it was supposed to, whereas like they literally went out and they got ChatGPT to write a successor to ninth edition, and then they dumped it on us, and now they're expecting the community to, it's a really lazy way of writing. They're expecting the community to basically find everything that's broken, find all the bugs, and fix it ourselves. God damn it. I've got to dust this table. That's what I got to do. I have got to dust this table. I don't know if bologna is just a hot dog pancake. You know, I always, you know, with that kind of stuff, I always dread what they're putting into processed meat. You know, I saw like an Instagram reel, and again, this is why, yeah, I got to stay off those things, where they're grinding up chicken bones and pink shit's coming out of the machine, and that's how Chicken McNuggets is made. I would say that in Persia they used the arrow storm basically because again, their equipment was more for warding off a naked savage for the most part, not fighting a fully armored Greek warrior or a Roman warrior for that matter. You know. All right, yeah, we'll make it. So let's see here. Busting out the gold. I'm gonna do this guy's grenades on his thump gun. Thump. Do that ring real fast and then we'll fix it with a little metallic. Give that gun some color. All right. All right, a little bit of metal, a little bit of metal. Even then, you still miss part of the thump gun. There we go. Yeah, I gotta wash these paint rags, and I have got to, I gotta dust this table off. It's time. Gotta get the Windex out on this table. All right. I'm at the next step of this, whereas you can follow the tutorial that I put out last week and everything. I'm going to start with War Boss with War Boss green, and then I'm going to wash it Bealtan green, and then I'm going to do all the details away from the skin, like leather straps and stuff like that with snakebite leather. The big central straps, these big huge like straps that they've got around their chest, I'm actually going to make those red so that you know they're part of my tribe, because you know the red ones always go faster and everything. What's up, Evil Abe Lincoln? A box set for Warhammer 40K second edition. Wow. Ugh. I don't know. What do the miniatures look like for that? You know, we were just talking about old miniatures on eBay a little bit today and everything when I was in capture card mode. Let's see here. We'll put 5 on the clock here. Ooh, I am almost out of this paint. That's okay, we'll get more. I will go paint shopping at some point. And again, you want to have solid lines on this, just that you, on any part of the green that you can see and everything. Just kind of pull it away from the clothes and the straps. All right, now that he's mean and green, we can move on to his friend. Again, it's the flesh has to get done because you got to work your way from the inside, and that's where a lot of this stuff is. Keep going on this. Now this head is going to be a little bit complicated because the gob's in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the tip of it through here, and I'm just going to go for the very bottom part here and pull upwards. If I dig in the mouth a little bit, that's okay. All right, now we can get a small brush and we can do the wash on these guys real quick. And I think that's about where I'll leave this video. I mean, the goal is to work at least 5 of them at a time like this. I think that the optimum number, for me at least, on these guys has been about 2 each time. So I can come down here again later. Let's see if I can find a friend for this guy. Okay, it's got to be somebody with an arm, with a left arm, right arm. Okay, so this will be this guy's friend. All right. So we got 2. We got the next 2, and let's see if we can find anyone else wearing fur. These 2 guys are wearing fur. Okay. There we go. If we can get on top of 6 of these guys this weekend, you know, come down Monday night, do 2 more. Tuesday night, do 2 more. Be done with the project. Just get it off the table for everything. Get the loose ends done, and then I can get to painting 3D printed stuff from the sponsors of this video. Oh, well, the sponsors of the channel so far. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Of course. What the hell? And I don't have my Windex. I have to improvise. That's okay. I'm so over it. All right. Why did it explode on me? I have got to get a bigger, what do you call it? It's like all of it. Now I have to buy green. That's great. No, it's bad. It's worse than diarrhea. This one always does this. I've like lost all of my wash from explosions of this crap. All right, you're done. We'll need you now. Get in there. All right, cool. It exploded. Let's just get under there. Yep. Now we'll have to clean it. Piece of shit. There we go. All right. Take that. Take this. Thank you for nothing, Games Workshop. Why can't you just come out with droppers for your paint, you stupid morons? Now it's all soggy. Oh, God, I usually have paper towels down here for this, but I don't have them. I don't have them. Anything else? That's trash. All right. Let's hurry up and work through. Good thing about Beal Tan Green is that you don't need a lot. There we go. Done. Yeah, I should do another Delusional Sellers collector guide on eBay. I really should do that. I mean, if the army's painted nice and you got a lot of good pieces in that army, they're not delusional. The other guy, a little bit delusional selling that orc army. He doesn't have a lot of good pieces. A lot of heavy artillery. I think the $1,800 price tag a little high. That seller for the Salamanders, he wasn't too delusional. He's got a lot of good work in there, a lot of big goodies. I think he's got $1,700 worth of figure right there anyway. Even then you miss. Right. I forgot to paint that guy's hand green, War Boss green. Hopefully this doesn't explode on me. And then nobody's going to see that. And then you can just sort of like hit it up one shade. But all right, that'll work. That'll work for now. That'll work for now. The knob is kind of dry, so we'll go back to him. we will elect to do the leather straps. But we're going to use my fist on for that. So we'll dig this back out. I am out of the fist on. I'm running out of colors. So I think this will add a lot of good color to them. Yeah, that looks really good. We'll do his cable there, red. He's got a belt. We'll do his belt in the same color. Because I only have 2 units of Beast Snagga Boys. The other unit's already done. So I just want to be able to make sure that I know who goes to where. I had a little bit of trouble doing that with my boys. There's 2 units with yellow guns. I got to change that out. I got to organize the unit with black pants and make sure I have them out. Now I gotta stay in frame. Come on now. Yeah, this one can re-red. The other ones can stay. There we go. All right, yeah, that looks really good. You're gonna be joking me. You don't need to go heavy on the red here on these red straps because there's some leather holsters for that, you know, but we'll go put one right there across his arm. This way you kind of know they're from my tribe. Course. There's always that one central strap you can't reach. I can't even get in there on that. I'm going to try though. Just have to fix it. cool. That's about as good as it's going to get with that. You can't even see the other angles of the strap. I like the traditional way that Orc Boys used to go together with their shooter arms. I wish they had variants like that, because you have to build the whole model now for the most part, you know, because of the way they're constructed and everything. Let's clean up this guy's flesh that I aberrantly messed up here. All right, I will take that. All right. Unfortunately, gentlemen, this is the end of our time together. I said that this stream would be shorter, and this is where I got to call it off. I got a lot to do around the house. I got to clean up after these goddamn animals. They're called cats. Like the moment I vacuum or the moment I clean the goddamn litter box, they have to go in there and run a train on the goddamn thing, and then their track out pile comes out. And I have one of those ones that they have to go down and in, but they're able to. You know, it's like I got to get a flat nose shovel to clean up after they're done, you know, because they bring out all that extra litter with them and everything. Anyway, let's kick it over to the other screen here. Anyway, promotional consideration paid for by the following: John K., Andrew C., Lady Quickblood 35, Moonbad, Bubba's T., Craig B., Jimmy M., Dracwizza, James C., Macy J., Tipsy Thomas, James B., Wallach, Jason G., Michael W., Christian M., Cornite, Care Bear, Olinius Pius, Road Dog, King Assault, Soul Blighter, Sage MC, P. Pasquale, Tippers After Dark, Prince.net, link in the description below, Celtic Miniatures, link in the description below again, Randy the Axeman, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. If you want to support the channel, go over to Rumble and subscribe to my Rumble page. It's inside the description. And if you want to shoot the shit with me, hit me up on Instagram. And until I see you again, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. But until I see you again, keep painting and keep playing, my friends. We'll see you in the next one.